So many books. Are these books important to read, or are these not important to read? Nature of consciousness remains deeply mysterious. How can the subjective nature of experience, my inner life, be explained in scientific terms? Does consciousness emerge from complex computations among brain neurons, or is it a fundamental and irreducible? Yeah, property woven into the fabric of the universe. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading these books. I don't think they're important. I think they're just here to show that this person's got fucking education. By walking through a series of practical experiments, this humble manual will introduce you to the fundamentals of modern analog and digital electronics. By the end, you will be able to construct us in any simple circuit. As Thomas Edison once said, to invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. Dude, my electronics book had a very similar intro. What was it? Oh my god. It's like literally, the book is called The Art of Electronics. Pick up multiple items. Ah. I'm trying to think. It's an older book. It was analog electronics too. Electronics is super fun. I highly recommend if you're a guy who, if you're a type of person who just loves electronics, do it.
Dr. Yu.
Yeah, okay, guys. Yeah, testing. Gotta take a test. I hate tests, dude. What is this? Button. Yes.
Good morning, Morgan.
Hello.
I'm
Good morning.
Dr. Bellamy. Looks like we have some tests to run through today.
I guess so.
Probably not the kind of thing you're used to, I imagine, but trust me, you're going to do fantastic.
Everyone's face is
All
very
good?
intense.
Great. Let's begin. For this first test, I'd like you to remove the boxes from the red circle as quickly as you can.
What?
Just go with your gut. Okay? Wonderful.
Remove?
Press the red button when you're ready.
Okay. Yep, here. Yep, yo. Yep, here.
Wonderful. That's... you're absolutely fine.
Whoops.
Let's move on to room B then.
What the hell is this test? Is this like a reflex thing or like a can you follow directions thing? You know? Oh. I hate tests.
Okay, Morgan. Listen carefully. I'd like you to do your best to hide in this room. Take your time, relax, think it over.
Hide?
No, I'm kidding. You only have 9 seconds.
9 seconds?
Hit the red button when you're ready to start.
A, B. Okay. I don't know.
Morgan, we can see you there.
I don't know.
Hmm.
How about that?
Any synaptic register? At all?
Is that good?
No? No, that's fine.
Is that bad?
Sorry, let's keep things moving, Morgan. Head into room C. You're doing marvelous.
Yeah, dude, what are they testing? Bruh. I have a freaking certification to do human testing, and I read all that shit, bro. I know how this works.
Here we go. For this test, please press the blue button across the room as quickly as you can, in the most natural, intuitive way possible, without thinking. Just go for it.
Okay.
Press the red button when you're ready.
Yeah! Bam.
I'm sorry, can someone please explain to me what's happening?
What?
Simmons?
I installed exactly what Tina brought down.
Dude, that was intuitive as hell.
Speaker's still on.
Yeah, bitch. I hear you.
I apologize.
I hear you!
Having some trouble with the equipment.
Uh-huh.
Your
Yeah,
fault.
it sounds like you have a
You're
problem with
doing
me, bro.
fabulous, actually.
Come fight me!
One last room. Let's step into D.
Dude, you're lying to me. I hate you. Blah. The brain was considered too warm, wet, and noisy for seemingly delicate quantum processes. However, the discovery of quantum coherence in biological processes such as plant photosynthesis, avian navigation, and our own sense of smell paved the way for the eventual discovery of quantum vibrations inside the tubules of neurons. Dude, I definitely believe there's like quantum stuff happening in the brain. The nature of consciousness remains deeply mysterious. I read this one. Cause... what is this, a note? Staff, please move these remaining boxes to my new office in the Neuroma div as soon as feasible. Yeah, I have a couple buddies of mine did their undergrad thesis on, well, quantum, well, what was it called? It was, okay, so I'm not good at quantum mechanics, as I'm very easy to, I'll admit to that really right out the bat. But they did it on, like photosynthesis. There's like a quantum effect that allows photosynthesis to happen in stars, and that's what my friends were working on, which seemed really cool. And I'm not exactly sure what it was. Nice. This is my office. Why am I pretending to have an apartment? This is classy as shit.
This has been your home for the last 3 years.
3
The video should be
años?
on your workstation.
Bruh. Dude. Bruh. If I ever had an office this nice, I would live there. It would be my home. Is this my family? Wait, look. Yeah, probably that's like old man William or whatever. Let me look around my office really quick. This is nice as hell. Look at this! Look at this! Yeah, drafting! Oh my god! You have like a lab and an office combined! Look at this shit! I'm so freaking jealous of this dope ass office. This isn't even a real place, but I'm still jealous. Look at this shit! This is like literally the nicest thing I've ever seen. This isn't real, but hot damn. Okay, back to the game. God, look at this library. Look at that. Can you imagine all the textbooks you could throw on there instead of piling them up underneath your desk like I do? Wow. Could you literally, I just jam everything in a box underneath my desk. That's like my whole thing. I have so many keycards now. What the hell? What is this? God, this is so cool. A fabricator! What? Is that like some sort of 3D printer or like a lathe or like a, what is that? Oh, I'm just too excited. Oh, I'll take that. Operator dispenser. This is so cool. Okay, I'm gonna walk away because I'll just get stuck here. I just have to walk away. There's something. This. What is this? Dispense me something. How do I use this? Can I use this? Engineering operators remain.
Requesting new operator.
What does that mean? Oh no, is that a robot? And it's corrupted?
TranStar Cobalt.
Oh,
10
you're a
engineering
friend.
Class operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture.
Yeah, can you fix it? Oh my god, thanks buddy! Oh my god, you guys are so cute! Can you imagine working in your lab and you're just like, hey, I need this fixed, and a little robot can fly over and fix it for you? Like, that's the future I want to live in. Look at this telescope. Wait, is that a telescope? Like, where's the primary mirror? In here? Why is your... that's like the idea of a telescope. Can I use it? Yeah, that's okay, I can't move it, but observations can be made of the moon? That's definitely the moon. Is that the piece of ship I see down there? Assassin League? Hey Mary, Gary Snow here. I work in crew services. I heard some scuttlebutt about a new dart gun you guys worked up. Possibly something about an assassin-style game in the Arboretum and crew quarters. I want in. Thanks, Gary. Oh, they've got a LARP going on, and that's why she's like, bro, here's my super sweet, like, LARP weapon. That makes sense. You know what? That checks out. As a former LARPer myself. What is this? Max speed, mg, mv squared. Thrust, v squared equals gr. Dude, conservation of energy equations. That's my fucking whole life. Also, a million sign. This is great. This is good. This is good. I'm so, I'm blown away. Usually when I see like BS science stuff written on whiteboards in settings like this, they're like, what? I can't understand this. This checks out. Look at this. Force diagrams along a parabolic like thing. At rest. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Good job, team. Good job, team. I like to think, as a person who teaches physics to non-physics majors like computer science people, I like to think someone in computer science took that physics class and then remembered their notes and looked at it, because this is definitely like a kinematics level physics class, but I love it anyway. Oh, you guys make me so happy. I'm a proud teacher right now. I swear to God, if this is just a physicist who's like, I was involved too, I'd be like, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. That's great. Also hire me. Like, come on, friend. We're all part of the same clan. Physics clan. Don't sweat it. When the cat's away and all that, I think I have a few ideas. I'll draw something up and send it to you and Mary, Clive. This is just everyone's pet project. Every lab has one, where someone just like wants to chip in and like do something. It's cute. I should say every workplace, not necessarily a lab. I need to get out of my STEM brain. Not my brain stem, but my STEM brain. What does that say? Psychotronic? Psychotronic? Okay, I wanted to say synchrotron. Is that the word? Synchrotron? Psychotron? Synchrotron. When it spins around. Whatever. Psychotronic satellite. That's what this says. Oh, they sleep! I didn't realize they were like sleeping. I thought they were dead. I didn't know robots slept. Oh my god. Anyway, here we are. If I do this, does it do anything? No. I kind of wish I could try throwing something in this game to see if it would propulse me in a different way, but that's a lot of science. We don't need to do that. Should I say that would be computationally intense for the program if they were to actually simulate it, and I wouldn't care that much, so it's all good. Beams and waves lab. I want to work in a lab system. I want a job like this. I just want to like, I'm ready to like work and be a researcher for like professional, yo, not just like, well, I guess, yeah. Here's the thing. I want to be an experimentalist, and that's the problem. Right now I'm a theorist, which there's nothing wrong with being a theorist. I love it. Theory work is great. But there is something super duper fun about going to a lab and starting up a machine and being like, wow, look at my experiment, isn't it cute? And then going, oh no, my experiment's bunk and everything broke, and then spending time fixing it, and then you fix it and you finally get some results and you're like, yeah, party, and then you're like, alright, time to write a bunch of code to make any of this make sense, and then you do that, and then you can show off and be like, wow, look how cool I am, and you feel like you're doing science. Theory, I don't feel like I get that much. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, look, my code ran. I got the simulation to successfully run. Good job. I don't know. It's not bad. It's probably, I feel like the science is more meaningful with theory, but like, I love experimentation so much. Just hide from the robot. What? What did he say? You're obviously something? And now I need to just go over here. Gosh, I forgot that the whole point was just to like go into the room next to me.
An application of high-velocity plasma and compressed gas will bring you back into working condition.
What? What did he say? A combination of high velocity plasma and compressed gas will get you back in a working condition? Oh, you cutie. I'm not a robot. I'm a person. I know you don't know the difference. You're a sweetheart. Yes, because the looking glass, which again, cute name. You guys are so cute. I love the glue gun. I love the looking glass. Everyone's having a good time here. The looking glass is like the weird screen that I had. Can you imagine this? Like, okay, I know the idea of a screen this big is cool, but like, I would fucking hate to read code on a screen this big. That sucks. 'Cause like, everything I've ever written code in, you can't like change the font size. It's like, this is the size you read code on. And it's always like kind of small and I'm always like squinting at it. So I feel like having a bigger screen just means more words for me to frustratedly squint at. That's definitely a me problem, but whatever. You know how it is, my fellow coders. Who am I talking to? I don't know who am I talking to? Engineering control systems. There's a metaphor here, you know. Typically, the objective of control theory is to monitor the output of a system and compare it with the desired output, the reference signal. The difference between the actual and the desired outputs, the error signal, is applied as feedback to the input of the system to bring the actual output closer to the reference. Good control systems and good engineers learn from the past. I get what you're saying. This is an excerpt from the afterword of engineering control systems. There's a metaphor. Yeah, that definitely reads like a textbook. Is that really what control systems is? Okay, I've never officially studied control systems because I'm not an engineer, I'm a physicist, but I have studied electronics, and part of electronics is doing a lot of like feedback work and understanding how that stuff and Fourier transforms, you know, all that stuff. And like, okay, I didn't realize that was what control systems was, but that's cool. I should talk to my boy about that. He knows, he took a class. He took a class about it. Clive, this is Dr. Calvino. I need you to modify a scale when it reads 100. Sorry. I need you to modify a scale so when it reads 170 grams, it sends an on-off signal. Please let me know when it's ready. Sure, says Clive. What? Okay, no. At first I was like, that's cute, he's an old man and he wants a special thing. No, no, no! This guy wants to make some sort of stupid-ass secret scale. Like, he's gonna make, like, I can imagine this already. Like, on his desk somewhere, he wants, like imagine you have a desk and then there's a coaster that you would put, like, your coffee cup on, and that coaster is actually a pressure plate, and once you put a specific amount of weight, like, but it's a pressure plate that can measure specific amounts, like it's like a scale, I guess, is what I'm talking about. And once it hits a specific number, it, like, puts a signal out to whatever it's attached to turn something on and off. But, like, what? His looking glass thing? Like, why would you want that? That's such a weird thing to make. Like, I would be immediately suspicious if someone's like, can I have this? And it works like this. I'd be like, bro, why? Like, that's super suspicious. Super suspicious. This is crazy. Look at, oh, okay. I thought it was a room like the one that we had in the office. I thought it was like, oh, there's like a little room in there. And my caveman brain's like, wah wah. No, it's just a really cool holographic screen. That's cool and weird. I can't tell if it's cool or if it's weird. You know, it's one of those things that's like, it's cool that you made that, but seems unnecessary? Guts. That's like, do you guys know what gut theory is? The grand unified theory.
Opposite of safe.
But yeah, grand unified theory is a cool idea. I don't know how like feasible it is. It probably is, but you know. That's like what like Stephen Hawking and stuff were trying to do, where they want like essentially one equation that from that equation you can derive literally all other physical equations that like govern physical phenomenon. And there's some, like electrodynamics has one equation that you can just like, you can derive all the other ones from, but you don't have that for like, and you could also develop like all the quantum stuff and all the this stuff, like. So, it's, you know, it's a cool idea, I just don't know. But to be fair, I'm not that kind of theory guy. What? Is that just random trash? Okay. Really quick. The Noetic Field? Excerpt from the Noetic Field, Chapter 1 by Dio Igwe. Noetic research, like all bold new ideas, has undergone a predictable pattern in the scientific community. First, skeptics ridicule the idea since it violates conventional wisdom and the laws of science. Second, skeptics grudgingly concede the idea might be possible in some circumstances, but the evidence is weak. Third, the idea catches the attention of mainstream researchers and, more importantly, the public. Finally, some skeptics who once laughed at the idea now claim that they thought of it first. Ha! Yeah, no, that's definitely how it is. I mean, I work in exoplanets. And like, exoplanets in the 90s were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That doesn't exist. Like, and now it's like, oh, of course, there's exoplanets. We know about that. So, you know, it's how it be sometimes. Don't forget Higgs.
You asked me to set up a new array.
That is a Lagrangian. Oh god.
Are you?
1 for
Honestly,
G
I'd
mu
prefer if you
nu
left my experiments alone
to the
in my
alpha
absence.
G mu nu.
Well,
Okay, so it's like a
look,
relativistic
I have a message you
Lagrangian.
left me. Seriously, I would
Oh,
not have made
don't
all
forget
of
the
this
Higgs.
if you hadn't.
No,
Oh, I guess
of
it's if it's
course.
quantum.
I remember now.
Is quantum
Let's
stuff
just,
relativistic?
for
I
the
think it
time
is.
being, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Let's
dm
talk
phi
about it tomorrow.
minus blah 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 blah. Yeah. Where dm phi equals delta m phi c dot g c over 2 I 1/2 and phi equals phi plus phi 0 options. Okay. Yeah, that checks out. That's yeah, quantum mechanics, right? Like at its heart. Eat your heart out. Quantum mechanics. Let's read this note. I want to look at the telescope. What if I saw some like weird shit on the moon? That would be so scary. So I saw a telescope like this earlier in the game and I was like, dude, what the hell? Where's the primary mirror? Blah blah blah. I'm confused. It's because I'm a freaking dummy and this is a goddamn refraction telescope and not a reflection telescope. That's why it's so long. Because refracting telescopes use lenses. So they need to have like, you know, the focal length of the individual lenses need to be like realized within the machinery. So they tend to be longer and thinner like this, and you don't need a primary mirror. So in reflecting telescopes, which most telescopes are because it's a lot easier to build, they can be really short, and all of your light resolving power, or light gathering power I should say, comes from the primary mirror, which you want to make as big as possible. So usually they're like they're short but very, very round cylinders. And that's what it like occurred to me way later that I was like, that was a refraction telescope. Yeah, so that's why I was like, blah, because if you had a primary mirror that's this big, I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. And, you know, it doesn't really need to be that great because the moon's right there. If you're making observations, this is like old-timey military observations. Like when telescopes were invented, you know, they were for like naval usage and like being able to see ships on the horizon. And like this is almost the same level of observation that you need to make because the moon's so close. But I just wanted to point that out because I think it's an important point to make that telescopes are different. Orchestrated objective reduction? Consciousness originates from processes inside neurons. Okay. I can't read that. Orcar? Consciousness is based on non-compatible quantum processing. I mean, dude, at the end of the day, everything is freaking quantum. Whoa, look at the whiteboard markers. Everything's quantum. Like, everything has a quantum effect. Quantum effects are huge. It's frustrating because I hate quantum. Ha, fuck you. Transglutaminase, or TG, or TGase, a naturally occurring enzyme found in plants, animals, and bacteria. TG is often used to bond protein-containing foods together and in the production of foods such as imitation crab meat or fish balls, known colloquially by chefs as meat glue. Chef Shaw's tip: gluing chicken skin to salmon will actually protect the outside of the salmon from overcooking. Like you have extra chicken skin. I mean, I guess if you... Yeah. My BFF. One of my BFFs, because I have many. But no, one of my BFFs is, she's a food science major. She has a degree in food science, I should say. We're not in school. I'm in school. She's not in school anymore. So... It's very cool. So, but she talks about all these stuff, and I'm like, hubba, because you know, my Dumby physics brain cannot read chemical names, and I don't care. Why? On account of Fermi's question, excerpt from a book on the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence by Dr. Robert James III. Consider that there are billions of stars in the galaxy, like our sun, many of them far older. Some of these stars will have Earth-like planets, and some of these planets may have developed intelligent life. Some intelligent life may develop interstellar travel. If a civilization began before ours, it seemed possible, even probable, that even at the speed of currently envisioned interstellar travel, they could already have the entire galaxy colonized. What? The problem is, we haven't detected any such civilizations, nor have any contacted us. Why? This is such a big question. This is like a cornerstone of exoplanet research, really. Although I don't like this one sentiment where it says, if a civilization began before us, then they should have already the entire galaxy colonized. That seems abstract and crazy to me. Like, maybe if a civilization like happened like way long ago, like, I don't know, like, I guess it really brings into the question, like, what is the speed of currently envisioned interstellar travel? Because, like, if you're talking about the speed of light, which is, you know, an unattainable speed, to go from one side of the galaxy to the other side, that's about, okay, if we're talking about light, what we can actually see, not dark matter galaxy dimensions, we're talking like, what's it called? Like 100 megaparsecs, right? Isn't that the general rule of thumb? And one parsec's about 3 light years. I'm rounding a lot. So that's like 300 million years to travel, if you could travel at the speed of light to get from one side to the other. I mean, that's crazy. How fast are they talking? The entire galaxy? And that's just the Milky Way. We're not talking extragalactic. I don't like that sentiment. That freaks me out. But, and realistically, I don't know, I feel like fast travel would be like maybe 30% the speed of light, because then you start suffering relativistic effects, because you're going relativistic speeds. I say suffering relativistic effects. It's not necessarily like it's bad, it's just you start running into it. You have to consider special relativity. Assuming you're going like at constant accelerations. And, you know, all the things that special relativity includes. But yeah. But going back to the other part of this whole thing, this note really like just woke my brain up. The other parts are just the, what's it called? The blah blah blah, the Drake equation, right? Fun fact, I actually met Frank Drake, the guy who created the Drake equation, because I was an intern at SETI and he was in the break room and that's where I met him. So he's like a little old man. He's very cute. But that's my fun fact. That's like my claim to fame. But the Drake equation is like a series of long constants and you multiply them all together. And one of those constants is how many, so it starts off with like how many stars form in the galaxy per year. Okay, out of how many stars there are, how many of those have planets? Out of how many planets are habitable? AKA can have life on them. Okay, out of the habitable lives, how many have created intelligent life, aka life that can create telescopes, make any sort of digital signal, or travel in space. Okay, now out of all the ones that can have intelligent life and have civilizations, how long do those civilizations last? And then depending on how long the civilizations last, there's like another couple terms I'm missing for sure. But like, that's a big issue because there is a belief amongst, and this is like a very serious, genuine topic amongst exoplanet people, that like there could be civilizations, like intelligent, advanced alien civilizations that have just ran their course and died out due to whatever, like 1 million years ago. And they wouldn't be making signals that we can understand now. We would have missed it, you know, things like that. And so yeah, it's a weird problem. Like genuinely thinking about exobiology and alien life in like a scientific way, there's a lot of really crazy thoughts that's really hard to like constrain. because we don't have a lot of these, but we're getting closer. Because at first, like, okay, 30, 40 years ago, let's say 40, because I think that's well within the range. 40 years ago, we knew we could constrain the star formation rate, but that was it. Late 90s, we started discovering planets existed or not around the sun. And then, you know, in the past like 20 years, we've been really constraining how frequent are planets and how big are they and are they in habitable zones. So those numbers are getting constrained, but that's about as far as we've got. Clearly, we haven't made any big contact with aliens. At least the scientific community hasn't. I don't know. Like, I just... I listen to Chilluminati, so I understand that there are people who are like, yes, I have communicated with aliens and all this stuff, but like in terms of us in the scientific community, we have not been communicating with aliens, or at least no one's written a paper about it, and I hesitate to believe if a scientist was abducted by aliens that they wouldn't write a paper about it. I feel like that's the first thing they do. It would be featured everywhere. It wouldn't even matter. Like, whether people believed it or not, it would be featured everywhere. It would be like a great way to get your name out there. Although you might be considered crazy, so maybe I can see why you wouldn't. But it's still like, I don't know. I would see people writing papers about that stuff. As Thomas Edison once said, to invent you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. I really want to... I miss electronics, dude. Dude, I just like want to build stuff. I should just build my own G-dang robots. Like, I need to stop thinking like, oh, I need to be in a lab. I'll build my own shit, dude. I don't care. What's over here, though? Dead bodies? And nothing else? Oh, never mind. And a keycard for reactor access. Oh, I don't need to carry any of this. Well, this thing definitely fell apart. That's a mess, but... I hate... I have to say, all the, like, dead people that we find, not all of them, but, like, a majority of the dead people, like, they just look like people that would be shown in, like, a safety film for, like, any lab. They'd be like, don't do this or you'll get got. And, like, it's so unsettling. I hate it. Like, how did that guy fall, right? Was he doing something weird? I mean, it's probably aliens. I think that's the implication. But, like, it's just so much. Alright, drop this one. Deploy. We'll get a third one just for fun. I like the scary robot voices that they give, like, the turrets in this game, not in Portal. They have very cute robot voices. Because, like, I don't know. In my mind, like, when I build stuff to, like, make things easier, I don't think I'm giving it, like, a weird voice, but, like, that would be cool, right? Maybe I should give more... Like, what if my code said, like, processing completed, like, when it was done, right? I could make it do that. It's not hard. Chapter 11 from the Pioneers of Space Industry by Thalen Cross. Working aboard the space station like Talos 1 is comparable to working on Earth. Employees tend to forget that they're in space and adapt very well. I think I read this one, but Pytheas facility sits deep in the crater of a lunar pole, permanently shadowed and surrounded by kilometers of ice. Beneath Pytheas is a vast network of cramped tunnels where helium-3, hydrogen, and platinum are mined. It is a dark, cold, and often terrifying workplace cut off from the warm glow of Earth, which extracts a heavy and often fatal toll on the crew. Yeah, like, it's kind of terrifying because, we don't have a lot of data of what it's like for humans to, like, be outside, like, be not on the Earth for long periods of time. And so there's a lot of, like, worry and concern around whether humans can, like, exist in space by themselves. Like, give me this agave. Like, and that's what a big concern of the Mars mission is people are just like, will they be okay? Like, can they do it? Like, will they die? And, yeah, there's lots of concerns all over the place. Cellular Society. Excerpt from Cellular Society, The Social Repercussions of Medical Technologies, Dr. Evan Harding. Yet the effects of medical technology on society's norms can be more pronounced. To cite a recent example, one only has to recall cigarette use was often frowned upon as a habit until advances in the food industry that allowed for consumable microspheres that captured and expelled cancer cells from the body. Simultaneously, both fear of cancer and the stigma attached to smoking vanished within a generation. Now smoking is perceived as no more harmful than drinking a soda. Whoa! That's why there's so many smoking ads in the future. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. That's amazing. It's so weird that there's any notes about this in this game about why smoking isn't bad for you anymore. Also, there is, in the optics field, there's like research towards something similar that they're describing here, where people are trying to figure out how to put a chip in your body that could essentially find and eliminate cancer cells. I think they're focusing mostly on breast cancer, but like, it's super like experimental, like there's no prototypes or anything, but this is like a working theory that people are working on. So that would be crazy. It would be really weird, because yeah, if smoking couldn't give you cancer anymore, like, it would probably, I mean, I don't know. I think smoking is annoying as hell just in general, whether you're smoking anything, because you have to like expel it into the air and everyone around you has to deal with it. But so I personally hate smoking on like a social level, but like, you know, I guess if smoking didn't give you cancer, maybe people would be more cool with it. I still think it's dumb. Search Dr. Cole's office. Well, where's Dr. Cole's office? Cosmos flower cuttings, program requirements document, excerpt from a TranStar work manual, psychological risk. Studies show that there's a significant likelihood of behavioral conditions and psychiatric disorders emerging among the population of crews stationed for longer than 3 months. Impact of behavioral issues are minimized with appropriate tools for monitoring mood and predicting risk, while including as many Earth-like amenities and recreations as possible. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, people go, like, have you seen the movie The Lighthouse? Like, not necessarily that everyone goes super insane like they did in The Lighthouse, but like, that's on Earth, but they're just like isolated areas and people have a really hard time with that. I can imagine not only being isolated, but also like space is dark all the time, so you're in the dark and you don't get to see the sun, you don't have the weather and things like that that you can do, you know, it's gonna mess with people. Also, like for me, when I'm working, I like need to leave work sometimes. Like, you know, I need to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna go, like, I have an hour for lunch or something, I'm gonna like leave wherever the building I'm in, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna do something else, or I'm gonna like, it's the weekend, I'm going away, like, I'm not gonna think about work. So like, I can imagine if you're on a station where you have to wear your uniform all the time, like that could also be like psychologically difficult, you know? But that's just me as a person. I'm not a psychology person, but I know what it's like to be crazy. He looks super evil. Let's just blast him. Yeah! It's so sad when they just fall down.
I think that's the director of the lab. I have the sense he resented you.
What? Well, he's gonna resent me now. He's dead. He became a monster. What does that say? ES and XE? Oh god. If you forget the code. These are like points on a periodic table. Crap. I don't know anything about... What's ES? Hold on. We're gonna do some... Trixie. What is ES element? Einsteinium, number 99. And then what is XE? XE is xenon number 54. So 9954, I think, should be the Look at that.